Hey, what's good, forgers? And in today's video we'll be making an insane set, an insane armor set that is actually the best armor set for miners. So if you want to mine yourself the best possible resources, this set is for you. And what's the set it is? The Lucky Cat one. Lucky Cat armor is the best for farmers, for miners. If you want yourself to make more of the OP, like to mine more OP ores, this is the set for you. And we're going to make it in today's video, so I will try to make the new overpowered armor that is over here. How is it called? I already forgot. The Shogun. But honestly, they've actually made it really bad because they've added the Dark Knight parts over here, and the Dark Knight parts are dropping super commonly. Like yesterday, when I was making the video, was Vanguard helmet. Was Vanguard armor. I've made myself a chest plate and I made myself a leggings, but I couldn't make a helmet. After the video, off camera, I was crafting a Vanguard helmet to make an image, to make a thumbnail, and honestly, I've got 10 Dark Knight helmets in a row. Trying to craft it was 100% lucky. So it is a horrible, and I hope we are not going to get so many Dark Knight helmets. I mean, not the only helmets, Dark Knight armor parts this video, and I am hoping at least we're crafting Vanguard armor this time. So that's what we are going to do. We're going to do a Lucky Cat armor. First of all, I feel like we should start as always with the leggings part, because you can get yourself leggings, you can get yourself helmet, you can get yourself the chest plate with pretty high chances at the same time. What I would recommend you doing this armor is to make it half tanky, half quick, because you are going to need it, because the multiplier here is 11.1x, and if you're going to use too many of the fast armor ores, it is going to be low multiplier, because the blue gem quill has 11x multiplier and the duck walk has 8x multiplier, which I am also going to make. I am making the dumbest ideas and as always to test them out, and I'm going to use this. This is going to make it super quick and also the miner friendly, and I am going to put something else for the extra multiplier, and I feel like making something extra multiplier is good. I will try to use actually Heavenly Orb. I'm not sure if it is going to be 10%er here, but if it is, it's going to be 10%er, and I'm going to add extra trade for it actually being a tanky one. But what I would recommend you doing this armor from what resources, I would recommend you doing 9 Heavenly Orb, 9 Lucky Cat. This is for the leggings specifically, but if you want to do other ores, you can other parts, it would be other amount of ores. So what I would recommend you doing is 30% Heavenly Orb, 30% Lucky Cat, and 30% Blue Gem Quill. It has a much better multiplier than a Duck Walk and also has a good traits. And the fours, basically any good one with a multiplier, or if you're crafting an armor and if you're sure it is 10%er, you can put something else like let's say the Onyx, which also has a special trait for the tankiness. So we're going to do this recipe over here, and I hope we get the leggings, the Shogun leggings, the Shogun helmet, and Shogun chestplate. And we don't need to waste our duck walk, because I want to make this armor super quick, because duck walk has a lot of traits for speed, and also the blue gem quill does them as well. So it is a low multiplier, but it is a pretty fast armor. And once again, I wanted to explain to you why I'm doing super fast armor instead of tanky armor. I actually want to move quickly through between the areas, and if I make it tanky, then will be able to do it quickly. So I'll try to first of all do it with duck walk. When I run out of duck walk, I'm going to use other ores, and honestly I'm making it not tanky because I want to run from one location to the other location, and even though there are a lot of mobs that will be hitting you, I feel like there's still going to be a tanky armor. We'll see from the first part. If it's not going to satisfy me, I'm going to remove duck walk and actually use something else for the tankiness or for the multiplier. So first of all, let's do the first recipe and let's see our armor here. So what do we got? A Dark Knight. As I said, we're going to have a bunch of the Dark Knight parts, and here we basically can perfect it out. It doesn't really matter. Actually, why I'm perfecting it out, because we're not going to use it. We're not going to use the Dark Knight part here. But now we're going to look at the stats. Now we need to look at the stats. This is the armor that is based on the good stats. And if these stats are not good, I'm going to use other ores. So let's see what we're going to see here. And actually it looks nice. It's shiny. It's all of that. 220 defense, the Dark Knight though, and I want to check the other stats. What do we have on this armor, just to prove you that this is what we're searching for. So the trait, oh my god, the amount of traits, by the way, on this armor. And actually the 10% is happening. So here we see our regen. It is actually here. So what do we do? What do we get? I mean, we got a 5% luck. We're getting the 5% yield. It is the miner friendly arm. If we use the duck walk and the other ore, we're getting some of the phase, some of the jump boost. I'm not sure which one from which one. We also get a stride, and I feel like we're getting the swiftness as well. It should be somewhere here. Okay, stride, surge, so a bunch of the different traits. And I feel like the duck walk might be the bad ore, even though it is a Dark Knight helmet. I feel like it's still losing a pretty good amount of defense, and only what it adds is more phase and more other like stride and things. So let me try to do it without the duck walk now. The only problem, now we need to put more Lucky Cat, because if we put something from a much higher for a much higher multiplier, we need to use an extra Lucky Cat, and then we're not going to get a Heavenly Orbs like 10%. Yeah, so this is kind of strange. If you want to actually get a Lucky Cat armor that looks like Lucky Cat, you need to put extra ore. If you don't need to put it. But I want to make a full Lucky Cat armor, so I am going to put one extra, and I'm also going to loose on traits. I'm not recommending you to doing this. Do the 9, 9, 9, and 3 recipe for the perfect traits. For the armor, I feel like it's 12, 12, 12, and 4. For the chest plate, and for the helmet it's 8, 8, 8, and 2. So these are the recipes you need to do. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something dumb, and I'm going to use the blue gem coil here for the trade. And I feel like, let me do this over here. Actually, I'm forgetting about my lucky coinite armor, even though it doesn't bring any luck, and now we are not going to use this coinite armor later on. But for me, it feels like it does some luck. But once we get the Lucky Cat armor, we can actually have a Lucky armor, which will help us with forging. But for now, while we are making it, let's use our Coinite armor. And I also forgot one more thing, let's drink the Lucky Potion. Maybe then we're going to have some luck. Okay, so I want to make a chest plate with Heavenly Orb. Hopefully, we will get this Heavenly Orb, a Shogun's chest plate with Heavenly Orb. I'm doing it the dumb way. If you wanted to make a chest plate with 12, 12, 12, and 4, but because I want the Lucky Cat, the main ore, we are going to do it like this. I want to make it tanky plus speedy, so we're going to use this recipe over here and also get the Lucky Cat boost. So let's go. The first recipe, the heavy chest plate with this strange recipe, Dark Knight chest plate. Okay, let's complete the perfectness on it. Let's see the stats, even on a Dark Knight. Maybe it's going to be fine, maybe it's not, but I want to see it. If it's not going to be fine, I am still going to use any other ores without the trades, and we're just going to use the blue quill and the Lucky Cat. So these are the ones we're going to aim for, and let's see our chest plate here. I feel like the crafting Shogun is going to be super expensive, so I'm for sure going to remake this armor later on. But for now, 615 defense, not that bad, but for the Dark Knight, that's something not we want. Okay, now I'm going to do it the dumb way. We are going to use the blue gem coil. We are going to use something, we need something with a high multiplier, or like kind of good stats with Duranite maybe. But for now, I'm going to do it the dumb way. So we're going to use Rusite, let's say. Actually, let's use, do we have anything with much higher multiplier? We have the Meteorite, but I want to keep it, so I'm going to use this. And I am going to use something else like Meteorite right here. We are going to use the Lucky Cat extra. And here we go. This is the recipe I'm going to do now. I will remake this armor later on. I'm doing this just for the video, so whatever we get, we take. And later on, if I want to make the perfect armor, I would actually do it Lucky Cat, Blue Gem Coil, and Heavenly Orb. Even though it won't look like a golden Lucky Cat armor, it's still going to be the perfect wish trait, and it's going to look like Heavenly Orb, but if I want to make perfect armor, I would use that. And also something like Meteorite for a high multiplier, or maybe if you want, you can use Gargantuan for the extra multiplier, because it has a little bit more than a Meteorite for extra couple of defense stats, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would better use the Gargantuan for something like a good weapon. Now let's go with this recipe over here. Whatever we get, we take. And so what's this is? Okay, I feel like this is the medium armor, if I'm not wrong. But if I'm wrong, I am still going to do it perfect, whatever. I will recycle it if it's a medium armor, but if it's the medium armor, this is actually bad for us. We haven't crafted a single good piece so far. I mean, we've made only 3 crafts, we've made some random ones, but we need to make a full armor. So for now, I'm still keeping the Dark Knight chestplate. If I have to use the Dark Knight chestplate, I will use the Dark Knight chestplate. But honestly, just for now, okay, let's see, Root Guard. So yeah, this is the medium one. This is the medium chestplate. We're going to recycle it, and let's go over again. Let's do it once again. So if I am going to make a good armor, I'm going to use Heavenly Orb for sure in the next one, but for now I'll just waste it for the videos. Just that is. I also am running out of the blue gem quill here, so we are also going to run out of that trait. And now I need something like this, and we have another recipe. Let's see if we're going to craft something good. Leggings, Dark Knight leggings. Okay, I feel like we're going to get a full Dark Knight set this time, so I am just going to keep it for now. Because so far we have the worst armor pieces, and now crafting something good is pretty hard. I would actually recommend you going with the Island 4 ores to Island 3 and craft a Raven armor or Wolf armor. It still is a pretty good stat armor, and if you craft it with new ores, I feel like it's going to be great. It's not going to be perfect, but it's much better than every single time crafting yourself a Dark Knight piece. So now let's go another recipe, if I still have space to craft it, but we'll try it out. Actually, so many ores, I'm losing my mind. 9, then we go with this over here, and we go with Meteorite, another recipe. Okay, so I need to recycle it, but I want to show you first of all this Lucky Cat Dark Knight chestplate. So this is how it looks like. So the same 5% yield, 5% luck. Now we have face. Now we have this is the armor where we actually have just just the speed boost from the blue gem quill. So you have the jump boost, you have a 8% stride, you get yourself okay, you don't have an extra swiftness boost, you actually get it from duck or you have a stride here, you have a surge. So it is making it a little bit quicker, but not with a speed, with just phase, stride, surge, endurance, and all of that stuff over here. So you take those boosts. And also you get a 5% vitality, 15% regen, and a reducing of the shielding damage. So it also does, the other ore does it. But now let's go and let's see if we can recycle these pieces and hope we craft more. And here we go, our next armor piece is another Dark Knight. Actually, let's take this one to 100 perfectness. We can actually compare it with the other one. So if it's good if we use the tanky trade or not, if it's like better or not, or we should just focus on more like on getting the traits. We will also test it out over here. So let's take this one, let's test it out with the other one we have, just so you can be sure that this is still the good one. 680 defense. Let's see the stats on the other one. So we've used the ore, which is this one over here. And where is it? Just to compare it, the Rue side. 14x multiplier. Here is a 15.15x multiplier. So it is close. And now let's see the stats comparison. 615 defense, 680 defense. So honestly, we only get new traits from this. So it doesn't really matter which ore you use. You will still have the defense, but we have extra traits. So that's why I would recommend you getting the armor with Heavenly Orb. The only problem to get like some good armor like Vanguard or Shoguns would take you so so many attempts. So first of all, just make a Dark Knight armor with Lucky Cat, make it a little bit tanky, don't use the Blue Gem Quill as I do, increase your luck boost on Lucky Cat armor, and then go farm for more resources and try to make yourself a Lucky Cat Heavenly Orb and Blue Gem Quill armor, or maybe remove the Blue Gem Quill if you don't want swiftness and remake it with some other one like Onyx maybe for the extra armor, or something like the Sunstone for something like that. But I would recommend you using something for speed for sure. And now let's use another Rusite here, another Meteorite, and let's craft it once again. What do we got? Okay, this is the one guard. I feel like this is the one guard. At least one good piece we have. And we already have a better leggings. Now we need to focus on a chest plate or the helmet. I feel like we still didn't get the helmet. So we have a pretty solid Dark Knight chest plate. We can keep that one for now. And try to get the helmet first, and if we get the crown or something like a better one guard helmet or Shoguns, we then try to craft the chest plate. But for now, look at his stats, 778 defense. This is the difference with the Dark Knight piece. If you see the Dark Knight chest plate, it has 650 defense, and one guard leggings have 778 defense. And honestly, without even the traits. If it had traits, it would be super OP tanky armor. But now we need to focus on making the one guard, at least the one guard pieces, because Dark Knight is horrible compared to the one guard. And I am imagining what the Shogun would be, as I still cannot make it. Because, like, I don't know, I haven't had a single one of those pieces. If you had, tell me if it's good or not. But a 1 in 8 chance we haven't gotten. Now let's go with, I think we need to put something in the Rusite. We need an extra amount of ores, so we will use more Blue Gem Quill. This is the last Blue Gem Quill, by the way, and I feel like we're going to use something else. We need to make it 100%ers, so I am going to increase the amount of ores here, and I'm not sure. Okay, now we can lock that in. Let's lock that in, and let's see if we're going to get a good helmet or not. So let's hope we get a good one. 100% lock in the crown. Okay, we keep the crown and we try to get the chest plate now, the better chest plate. So we go recycle every scene and we try to make at least a one guard chest plate. Then if we have enough ores, we'll try to make a one guard helmet, because the crown is fine, but I feel like the one guard is still better, and I can actually prove that the one guard is better than the crown. So here we go, 620 defense. It's fine. For the crown, it is fine. And also, just to prove, here I've made a Heavenly Orb full Vanguard helmet, 812 defense, comparing it to our Heavenly Orb Goblin Crown with 584 defense. And I feel like I've used a little bit different ores. Actually, it is 800 defense because of the higher ores with higher multiplier, but still, I feel like the helmet would be much better than the Heavenly Orb. So that's what I would tell you. Try to make yourself the one guard helmet. It's much better than the crown. Now let's go to make ourselves like recycle items first, and then I'm going to make the chest plate. Okay, one more time, I'll try to make it with Heavenly Orb because I recycled my Dark Knight one. If we are getting another Dark Knight, it would be upsetting, but let's try to date with one more time with this recipe. Maybe we'll be lucky enough, and let's see which chest plate are we getting. I feel like this is not the chest plate, and I feel like this is the Shogun's leggings. So we're getting the first time Shogun's legging, and we actually got it with the best possible recipe. I mean, not like the best possible recipe. I will recraft it for sure with the better recipes later on, but for now it is quite solid. And for the first try, this is quite solid armor. I would remake it later on, but for now, let's see. This is the Shogun's, please. The Shogun's leggings, yes, the first piece, 903 defense, and just compare it with the one guard ones. Here we can compare it, 778 defense, 903 defense. This one was made with an extra ore for the multiplier, so it has an extra defense stats, and this one didn't have this extra ore, so it actually has the Actually, never mind. This one didn't have the orb, the heavenly orb, and this one had the other orb. So yeah, actually, I am kind of dumb. So it's still 903 defense, Shogun's leggings, Lucky Cat Shogun's leggings, and I will be making a full set later. But now we need to make a chest plate. Now we're going to lock in because we don't have Blue Gem Coil. We are going to use Ruside. We are going to use something else, maybe Sunstone that has a high multiplier. So we are going to use 14. We're using Meteorite, and we need to lock in 100%. So we are using more Lucky Cat. Okay, it's not enough yet. Okay, so we are doing this way: A, 16, 15, 15, and 6. We're doing it this way. We are locking in that in, and this is actually the high multiplier one. So as you can see, every single one of them is high multiplier ores. Ruside 14x, Meteorite 14.4x, 13.3x Sunstone. If we had the Heavenly Orb, it had much better multiplier, it had much better stats. But now we're going to make a high multiplier one, and I'm going to prove you that multiplier is not the best thing, and you need to focus traits rather than taking the multiplier. So let's see which one of these we craft, and our chest plate is the Dark Knight. Okay, we will keep this one for now. We are going to make a Shogun's or One Guard if we're going to be lucky enough, but for now we are just going to keep it just in case we're not going to get a good piece and I will run out of other ores. So we are just going to keep this one. If it's not going to be 100% perfect, I will remake for another one, but it doesn't really matter. So let's try to make this first, and I will try to make the better possible chest plate. For now, this is not the best chest plate. And just to see 620 A defense, I can't compare it with the other one, but you can rewatch the moment where we did the other one. So honestly, the multiplier doesn't make this armor better. The multiplier, you shouldn't focus for multiplier because it's still like plus 100 more defense. It won't play a big deal on you. So you need to remember, do not focus the multiplier, focus the traits. The traits are much better than the multiplier. You for sure need to understand that. And we are putting more ores. I forgot that we are locking that in, and let's lock in our armor, and let's see which one are we getting. Please the One Guard, or okay, never mind, we're skipping that, or we're making it 100% masterwork. So let's see, can we keep it 100% masterwork, because the other one is 93%. It will add extra stats, but it won't be that much of a difference. So if you're planning for 100% masterwork, you need to aim for just it to be a better option. And another chest plate we go. What the hell is this? 100% by the way on a heavy hell. What the hell is this? Like, what did I craft even? I locked in 100% on the chest plate by the way, and I don't really know which one is this. I hope this is like One Guard or Shoguns. I'm not sure, but we will see right now which is one of this. This is kind of strange to me. Maybe my game lagged, but let's see which chest plate are we getting. This is strange, so strange. Shogun's chestplate. I don't know why it didn't show up. 1200 defense. So, okay, the multiplier played a big deal here, but we do not have trades, so I will remake it. But for now, we are keeping it a full Shogun. I mean, never mind, not a full Shogun. We still get a Goblin Crown. Actually, we still have more ores. Let's try to make a Shogun's helmet. We still have more lucky ores. I will mine them later, that's fine. We'll keep the crown. Let's see how much are of the ores we need. 11 here. Let's put 11 Rossite, and let's put some Magmite. Can we lock in the helmet? So this recipe we're going to use. Let's lock in the helmet. Let's hope we get the Shogun's helmet. We still have some chance. And the first one is the Dark Knight. Okay, we're skipping that and we're recycling it. Okay, another helmet, please be the one. This one is Dark Knight, recycling and coming back in a few seconds. Let's see our another chest. Okay, I feel like this is another Dark Knight. Never mind. Okay, I will continue to craft and until I get the One Guard or the Shoguns, if we still have enough resources. If we won't, we'll keep our crown. And sadly, I didn't craft a Shogun's helmet, but for now, this is fine. We still have a Goblin Crown, and I want to compare the Goblin Crown without an extra multipliers and the crown with an extra multipliers. So for this armor, I actually used up the ores. Let me show you which of the ores I've used. I actually used a lot of like high multiplier ores, and honestly, the difference is not that that big. For those people who are saying that the multiplier actually has difference, here we go. This is the one with the root side and the blue gem quill. It has a lower multiplier for sure, 625 defense. It has a lot of extra traits. And this one without a blue gem quill, but it has a sunstone and meteorite, because meteorite and sunstone have a much higher multiplier than the root side, so it also has a much higher. And Suryafol has a similar multiplier to the root side, so that's like, don't look at the Suryafol, it still has a high multiplier, 668 defense. The difference is not that big, but we have a lot of the extra movement traits, and I would keep this one over this one for sure. So we're just going recycling this one. Sadly, I don't have enough of the Lucky Cat resources to do another craft, so this is kind of over, this is kind of finished, and we won't be able to make the Shogun's helmet. But we have a Lucky Cat crown, and it's still fine, it's still a full set. And now let's equip it, let's see how it looks like, and then we are going to enhance it. So here's the effect, some kind of a glow, some kind of like sparkling, and this is fine, this is fine. Now let's have a look at how this golden armor looks like. And unlike the Coin Knight Raven armor that I've used, it doesn't have an extra luck boost, but this armor, it has an extra lucky boost. 5% yield for each of the parts, so 15 total, and 5% boost for lucky. So it's 15% luck boost, and it's also a golden armor, 2 Shogun's pieces, and 1 crown. This is amazing. So now let's enhance this armor, and honestly, what I want to try, if I'm not wrong, I will test it out on the next video. If it actually true, I will make this video. If it's not true, I am not going to make this video. I want to test it out if we can make a much higher percentage of yield on the pickaxe, because they've increased the percentage on the yield rune, so it has up maximum as 15%. But what if we try to make it, if it's stacked or not? I'm not sure if it's stacking or not with the pickaxe. So if we can make a pickaxe that does like not 15% total, but more yield, and we can actually make it up to 100% yield. I want to test it out. Maybe in the next video we're going to test it out. But now let's enhance our armor, and we need to make it level 6 to check the stats. But I already see that the stats are increasing massively, and it's going to be a pretty tanky one. Also, we can try to make it up to level 6 because our main ore is an epic one, so we can actually use legendary legendary essences and try to increase it. If it had okay, here we go. Oh my god, I've skipped it, and I'm actually losing money. Let's take it to level 6. That's kind of fine. I don't want to lose too much money, so please, I already skipped it. Okay, we're not going to make it level 7. We can make it level 7, but I will make it on my other armor, on my other one, but I'm going to recraft with Lucky Cat ore, which I'm going to make super tanky. So we're also going to make that. We're going to make a full Shogun set, unlike this one. So I'm going to lose my money, I'm going to lose my sanity, and we're going to make it. And now let's increase our Lucky Cat and Lucky Cat crown, and let's see, level 6, fine. I wasted too much money for now, this is fine. And now let's check our stats. 625 base on a Lucky Cat crown, 813 after enhancement, 903 on our Lucky Cat Shogun's leggings with 1173 after enhancing, and 11, almost 1200 on our chest plate, and almost 1600 after enhancing. This is an insane armor for an insane person like me. I hope you will be able to craft something like this, but honestly, try to make yourself a solid Lucky Cat armor where you can actually go and mine. And now we gotta test it. Now this is the time when we're gonna test it. And by the way, look at Surge. It's still fine. Like, we are a much faster person, so it will help you. It doesn't increase the speed, but it actually increases the distance that you're dashing, and also the amount of times you can do it and how fast you can do it. So it actually plays a good role. I feel like the blue gem quill is worth putting on your armor. So what I would do, how I would do this armor, I would do it with the Lucky Cat, with a where is this, the Heavenly Orb, and with the blue gem quill. So I'd use 3 of these ores, and I would use use Meteorite for the extra multiplier as the force, or maybe if you want something with a trade like Onyx maybe for a 10% if your armor is 30, 30, 30, and 10. But if you want to make the armor for the looks, you need to put one extra Lucky Cat or to make it golden. But if you're fine with making yourself an armor, not for the looks, but actually for the trade, I would recommend you using Heavenly Orb as your main, Lucky Cat is a second, and the Blue Gem Quill a third, and the Force for the 10% stat, whatever you are comfortable with. And now let's test this armor first of all on the boss. So we are going to check for this tankiness, and it takes damage. It's not like super tanky, it doesn't have an extra trait that would help you out, but it's still tanky for the multiplier and defense stats. If we compare it with my Vanguard, Heavenly Orb armor, Heavenly Orb actually tanks a lot of damage. So that's why I'm telling you to use the Heavenly Orb. And right now we're actually losing a lot of HP, so I wouldn't recommend you going for the multiplier, because yes, it has a good defense stat, but comparing it with my Heavenly Orb that I've made yesterday, you've seen the boss couldn't kill me, but now he is still able to. So that's why I'm telling you the trade is much better option for you rather than going for the multiplier. Like here, I've got a defense, full defense stat armor with a good multiplier, and it's much worse than my Vanguard Heavenly Orb armor with trades and with Duranite and Etherealite. For those people who told me that the trades doesn't matter, trades do matter, and you need to remember that. So if you want to make yourself a tanky armor that would save you, you need to use Heavenly Orb with Etherealite and with Duranite or whatever other ores you use for an extra tankiness. But here we can actually make this armor solid with just using the Heavenly Orb for all 3 armor pieces. That is going to be fine, and you can use the Blue Gem Quill for extra speed. Now we need to get to the tree, to the Holy Tree, and test it out. Actually, I don't want to go to Holy Tree. Let me turn left and go to the normal cave. So I just going to show you that it has extra luck, or maybe I should go there because it has extra luck. And I also want to test out my pickaxe later on. Like right now I have a 12% yield, but can it stack? That's what I'm actually thinking about, and I would test it out on the next video. Actually, never mind. I'm kind of bored, and I don't want to go to that cave. It takes too much time to reach the cave. I feel like this is enough for this video, and that's what we have. We have this full armor. I hope you will be able to craft something like this, and this is the finish line. I will test the armor, and I will tell you in the next couple of videos if it's a good armor or if you shouldn't use it. But now we have a 50% extra luck and 15% extra yield, so it should work. This is it for today's video. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.